Hello there, my name is Vladimir Chopine, and in this video we're going over how to take most out of Stable Diffusion automatic 1111 installations on your machine. At this point, my assumption that you already have installed Stable Diffusion distribution automatic 1111 on your computer. If you don't have installed it, I will provide link down below with step-by-step how you can do this. So after you run, we want to add additional extensions, models, and LoRA models so we can use it inside our application. For this, first with extensions, we want to go inside the extension tab. And in here, if you have it fresh installations, you won't have it many of these extensions, but you should have it installed, yes, LoRA, and all this at the bottom. The one I recommend use it, and it's mostly I used all the time, it will be ControlNet, ROOP, and in some cases you will may have it animations, and also now XL demo, which allowed us to use a new SDXL model, which is very superior and provide great result. So before I go in details why some of them check and uncheck, let's install those extensions. For this, we can go inside the tab Available, click on a Load From. This will provide for you loading a list all available extensions. It does mean it's all extensions. Some of them you can need go and install from URL, but this one is kind of from library and from what people mostly use. So let's go in the search tab and type ControlNet. Notice sometimes it maybe don't show because in my case I already have it installed. I just uncheck the box install it, and now you can see I have it some additional showing in my case. What we're going to look in this case, we're going to use it for SD Web UI ControlNet. Some of them you'll notice here will be similar name. For example, right here I have it another, but this is says for the animations. You can still install this, but for now let's just focus on one and install only this one. So it's SD Web UI ControlNet. After this, you also can go ahead and install ROOP, and it should go under the name SD Web UI ROOP. So those ones at least we can install at the beginning. After you click install, just like on the side right here, click on the bottom. You should go after this in your install tab, and they should display here. What you want to do at this point, you can also click apply and restart. This may take time because it's need go and download it models, and specifically if you install first time ControlNet, it will take little time to download it models. I will also provide for you link down below to another video where you can see specifically what you can do with ControlNet, and if you have any problems occur while you're installing this, it will help you to resolve them. After you're done apply restart, you should come back and you see this screen with the enable or check box on some of them. If you don't want to use it, some check extensions you can enable disable, but anytime when you change the status you want to click apply and restart, so all of the settings that you applied will take in effect after the server is restarted. I highly recommend for you only check those extensions that you are currently using in your project. I found out in a hard way that some extensions do conflict between each other, and you'll have some errors and nothing will be rendered. So what you want to do, be sure just only use those that applied. After you install the extensions, you want to go to configure them, and this will be inside the setting tabs. For example, if you go down and you find right here down on the left side says ControlNet, if you click on ControlNet, you have access to specific parameters for this. Most of them you can leave as default. Few I do recommend for you to change. One, increase amount from 1 till 3. It is how many ControlNets you can use at the same time. And another one you want to do, it is uncheck allowed script to control this extension. So it's meaning other scripts, like in the future if you used animations or anything, they can use it ControlNet. And also you want to click and passing ControlNet parameters with send to image. This will work very nice if you try to re-edit some frames in animations or in other effect. As well, you can uncheck do not apply control high res, and as well do not append decimal map on output. It will save the map of ControlNet when you need it. However, in some cases, this will require when you do animations, if it's need preserve ControlNet for each, but it's in specific cases, and if I make a video about this, I will specifically mention when do you need to enable this option. Also, till we're in the settings, be sure in saving image and grid, you enable always save all generated images. It should be enabled by default, but just in case verify. Also, what format of file you want it. I would recommend saving PNG because JPEG will provide not very good quality due to the compression. You also can go over the settings. More on the settings and everything, it is in a video how to install Stable Diffusion, where we're going over all of these parameters and explain how they work. As well, if for some reason you don't have it checkpoint or model select on the top, or you want to add additional options, you can also find inside the settings, if you scroll down and going to the user interface, under user interface, keep on scrolling down, where you find these options which says quick setting list. It's what display on the top, and you notice right here I have it as the model, initial noise, and show warning. So if you don't need it, you can just click and uncheck, or if you click on the middle, you can select and add it. All these options, it does available access in UI other ways, but in this case, you just helpful to showing on the top, and specifically for the Stable Diffusion models or checkpoints, so you can very fast access them. Okay, again, after when you're done, be sure you click Apply Settings and reload your UI. Now, as we speak about the model and maybe textual inversions or some LoRA model, this is all different names and need to figure out where to put these things so we can use them. Right on the top, we have all these models and checkpoints, which has allowed us to have it in specific style because they pre-train like for photorealism, anime, Lego style, or ink, drawing, anything. It's much easier and more accurate result if we're using properly modeled the train on this specific data set. Multiple places online you can find. However, I do recommend two of those places. Hugging Face with the models, you can go inside and search for the models. Here for Stable Diffusion, notice that some models not apply just to our image, it's apply maybe to the text to text or image or music or other things. Be sure you select properly and you can search here, but it's an easier way to find those models as well if you're going to Civet AI. One big warning about this is place with anything going, so it is not safe for workplace, except if you're going inside the with I and enable like safe mode, blur mature content. So you can do this way to hide some of those images that not safe for you. And in this case, you can preview. This site will have it one of the largest collections of the models or checkpoints, also texture inversions and LoRA models for your Stable Diffusion installations or any other. So let's look at when you start installing. When you look first, you'll notice right here it says LoRA on the top, and some you will have it just the models applied. So this is image contest. We scroll down right there with the models, and you can see right here it says on the top checkpoint. Checkpoint, it's a main model. It's meaning it will display here. LoRA, as usually, it's a small pre-trained model that apply to your other models to specify in a style. For example, I can use it right here, RPG, safe sensor, but I want to create in a Lego model. So I can apply LoRA to this. Okay, let's look how we can download it. First, we need go and select the model we want to do. On this, we'll click inside. Also notice it will have some information what it can be used. Be sure it's applied with a Stable Diffusion 1.1 XL or 2. It's what we support with automatic 1111, and then you can download it. Usually full, if it's full model, it will give away kind of size. If it's about 4, 5, 6 gigabyte, they're probably full train model. If it's less, like 144 megabyte, 200 megabyte, this is probably a LoRA model. That also will help you with says what the type it is. If you have any time questions, you can click on the icon which is bring and explain you most details about this model as well. Notice it also says what is a base model, what Stable Diffusion version it will use it right here. The other things to keep an eye on, it is what format it is. Notice it is a safe tensor. It's meaning this model would verify it's not harmful. Old models may have it intentionally put it in some code, or maybe unintentional, that can destroy your computer because it's run with a Python. Safe tensor will prevent this as well. You may have it some other pickle check-in or some other elements that may check on the how safe is image. But usually if it's safe tensor, it will help you to identify that model is safe to use. As well, try to avoid some fresh post models that does not have any downloads or comments. You don't know what is there. Usually I wait a little bit and see what people replied, how good it is model, and can I use it or not. And just one small tip, if you're interested to see what model is worth it, I would recommend go to mage.space. You don't necessarily need to sign up, but if you click on the select models, it's pop-up screen down here, and you can look all of these different models they're using, how they work and everything. It's $15 a month if you want to try it, but you don't need it. All what you want to do is look if model nice. You can click on the model to preview. It will expand and tell you what is model it is. Let me click learn more. Previews what it does, and also name. Then you can go take the name of this model in and copy paste and quick scan and find in a Civet AI and download it, this model. When you're downloading full model, you want to go in your Stable Diffusion folder, scroll down with a model subfolder, open and placed inside this Stable Diffusion folder. So right here it is your safe tensor. However, if you work with a LoRA, you want to go inside the LoRA and download it inside this folder. And if you're going to use any textual inversions that will help you with a prompt line, you need to place them in embeddings folder, which is located in your Stable Diffusion embeddings. So let's go ahead and look right now how we can use this. If you try to replicate some image as example while you're learning, you notice right here you have your prompts that you can use and negative prompts. Let's go copy and paste and look at them. So when we pasted copy prompts, you'll notice in some hand something they have it like bad hands and negative prompts. So we need to find what it is, and this is textual inversions that allow to use just this line that identified by applications and apply more complex type of negative prompts. Same we can use it with top. For example, let's just leave it as is. We'll just copy paste right now here. We're going to select the different text sampling method, and sampling method is we'll take denoising and compare against the model what we have here and creating some denoising modes or the sampling methods will provide better quality. Some it's work fast and nice, so they're all different. You can determine which one you like it. I would recommend to check on the model that you're using and use it that sampling method that was trained with this model. In this case, we'll get the best result. For this case, we'll just leave it everything as default instead the sampling method, and let's click generate. Okay, if you notice right here, I'm using RPG version 4, our main model, and right here that what we have render at this point. Anytime when we need change model, we can now with fast we can click down and select all different models that are available for us. Some of the models will dramatically affecting how and what you're rendering, but for the purpose of this video I will just leave it RPG version 4 here. So next, let's say what if I want to apply this change to the Lego mode, and if we look, we have a different type of Legos available for us in a Civet AI. Notice they all call LoRA, so they're not fully modeled that we can replace it. We can apply the stylization to our image. So for this, we want to access them. Easy way to access, if you're going and show and click on show and hide extra net. If we expand here, you'll notice you have your textual inversions, hyperwork, checkpoint, and LoRA. Some of them like bad hands, bad versions. So in this case, if I go and click inside the negative, and I say, for example, I want fast negative 2, you notice it's add right there fast negative version 2. So it's will using these textual inversions. And in this case, if you have it bad hands like a 5 and whatever, if you notice I have it bad hands 5, so it will be work, but I don't have it this version 4. Delete it because it's does not work for me at all in this case. Bad artist will work, agentless negative won't work because I don't have it. So in some cases you can go over negative prompts. As well, it will apply to our positive prompts. So let's go click on a LoRA, and you remember we have it before. And let's click just refresh because I have it more than just this LoRA. I want to use it LoRA AI. We'll click inside our image. Actually, let's go up front and just click on this element. And you can see right here we added LoRA LEGO AI Review 1. One thing before we start using this, you will check down on the notes. You'll notice it will say, hey, it is using 1 point, which is too strong. So we want to go inside here with a weight set and set 0.5. So it will be a little bit less weight for the Lego. And this is how we're going to utilize a LoRA inside the Stable Diffusion. Now let's go ahead, click one more time to closing this, or if you want, you can keep it open. Doesn't matter if you want to preview. You just leave it take screen here. What we're only concerned it is be sure we have it in our properly place where we put it. So we have it all of this necessary textual inversions or LoRAs or model in right places, and we included them in our. Okay, let's go ahead right now, just click generate and see what we have it. At this point we just add a LoRA, and in some cases maybe it does not showing because we do not put it anything that related to the Lego. So let's go ahead and put it right there. It says, and we can also just put it also Lego AI 2. Okay, this is a Lego AI. It's not necessary for some models, some will require. And if we notice right here, you see how it's changed now. It's look more as a Lego effect. And again, because we kind of specify Lego figurines, not every prompt will work perfectly transfer from one to another style, because you do need rework, you need specify what you want to see. But in many cases, including LoRA with specific stylization, will help and have it major effect than prompt. Okay, so we applied some effect, and remember we added before ControlNet and Ripple. So let's go see how we can use it. Because they're extensions, some you'll notice they will apply down below. Right here we have it our ControlNet and a Rup. It's what we added. As well, we have it scripts below. I did not mention scripts, but scripts is another ways we can control how the Stable Diffusion is working. So you have it models, checkpoints, you have it additional LoRA, you have a textual inversion, you have it also extensions will can affect, and you also have it script. It's a lot of stuff to go on there, but because of that flexibility, it's what provide quite a bit powerful effect or allowed you to achieve almost any result that you can imagine, which is kind of very nice about this. So let's go right now, we enable ControlNet. Notice as we extend it, it's ask us for the drop image inside here, and I will just go drag and drop one model inside so we can preview this image. Next, to actually use it, we need enable, and I want to use it Pixel Perfect. What Pixel Perfect does, it will analyze image size and will apply it. If you notice right here, we have a 512 by 512. Let's also actually make portraits for this, and we'll have it 768 on our height. So let's give it us a little bit more portrait mode to view. Okay, next I want to use it properly open pose. Open pose will analyze the position of the person and apply everything. If we utilize open pose full, it will also analyze facial expressions. If you have more questions how this works, please check this video about ControlNet that I have it on my channel. As well, a link will provide down below. We want to leave it as default. Be sure the preprocessor and models is select correctly. In this case, we'll leave it control mode default, everything, and let's click on generate now. Before jump, it's enabled. Also, it does help now because we have this green color. I know it's enabled. If we then apply more than one ControlNet, I'll show you next, then we'll have it additional tabs enabled. Let's click generate. First time when you click on generate, it may take a little bit time because right here will be preloading some of those models. So don't worry if for some reason your render is a little bit slowed down. Let's see what we have right here, and you can see definitely ControlNet pose of this person apply to our model, position of the hands, position of the face. As well, we have some applied of our Lego effect from the LoRA that we're using before. Some LoRA may be not very compatible with some styles, so just play around, will do fine. But we also can put it like anime style or LoRA or any other ones which apply very well in this case. Okay, let's go ahead next, and we're going down. And actually, let's go enable another ControlNet. So for this one, we'll select one, and I'm going to put it the same image for now. Only in this case, I want to preserve some outfit. We'll go enable, and I will use a canny effect, which will kind of give it a little bit more outline look. We'll leave it everything as default, and let's generate now. And you notice right now how it's changed quite a bit on the dress to match what we have down there, and this is the effect of canny. All these different type of the poses, they can different type of ControlNet models. They will provide different effect, and they work very well in specific situations. To learn more about them, be sure to check this video. Notice right here we have a 2 ControlNet is enabled. Let's right now look what we have next, and down below you have it the roop. It's work more with the face. Let's enable. As well, we have an image that we want to drag and drop for the analyzing. And we don't need it exactly same face, so I'm going to select one of me in a wig holding happy clouds. So I'm going to enable this roop image. We leave it as the gamma separate face numbers default by it's 1. We give it code former. You have it JPEG. It's a restore. Yeah, let's go JPEG. We'll select this one. You can play around with this. Leave it everything as default in this case, and including our model. Okay, let's go ahead and click generate. And there we're going. Have my beautiful face over this model. Of course, we can modify a little bit different, add different stylizations, but you can see how it works. On this case, we have it our model pose, we have it our model outfit, and we have it my handsome face swap on the top of ours. So you can see how the different models, LoRA models, extension, textual inversions, all of this combined together, we can achieve precise image you wanted. Hopefully you find this video is useful and help you to create more interesting effect with a stable diffusion local installations. If you like it, thumbs up, subscribe, please share this video, and have a